Evening, everyone. This is going to be a new segment called Most Wanted, and yes, and what it is, it's me talking about really, really bad movies, and maybe shows, but mostly it'll be movies, and it's the movies that you should never see. They're really bad. Never lay your eyes on them. And the first one I want to talk about for this first ever segment is Quest for Camelot. It came out in 1998, and I didn't see it when it first came out. I never heard of it. I heard of it because people were talking about it like it was like Castone Dance or The Iron Giant, something like that, around those lines. And I thought, hey, I never heard of this, so this might be one of those great cult classics or something around that line. And I saw it on YouTube before it was pulled off, so don't look for it, you won't find it. Good thing for you too. And throughout the whole entire thing, I was like, when is something good going to happen? I mean, really. If you want to talk, when you want to talk about one of the most prime examples of cliche, unexpired, most nothing films, this is it. I mean, it's just, man. I saw the first couple minutes of it, like the opening title sequence with the rocks and the seagulls, and I'm like, yeah, the animation doesn't look that. It looks not that great, but I forgive stuff like that. I don't really care about the look. And I read the titles, and the beginning scenes were not really that great. So I'm like, ooh, the title sequence is up. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Hope the rest of the movie's a lot better. But no, it's not. Where to start? Well, first off, there is no backstory and or back information to anything in this movie. Well, some things are, but not everything. Like the villain, for one thing. The villain has no background or no motive to why he's doing what he's doing. He just is evil just because he's there. Then later on he comes in, and then at one point he's got this potion that can turn things mixed with weapons, and I got something here. And he says, yeah, I got this from a witch. And that's it. He never says anything else about it. He just goes, I got this thing here. Yeah, they don't say anything. They don't put no background information onto anything like that. Like, the villain just comes out, he's evil, there's no reason why he's doing what he's doing, and yeah. And then there's like really corny stuff in it too, like it'll make you not want to watch the rest of it, but I just had to see it. There's this really horrible bad scene with very early CGI stuff, and I'm not talking about Toy Story or things like that. No, it's a 3D rock creature that's made up of rocks, and it's blended in with the 2D stuff, and it is really bad looking. It's like it doesn't even like flow with the rest of the scene it's in, and it makes it like the rock creature. It like does like this fart thing. And man, there's the henchman guys, especially there's just one little tiny dude who has he's like a chicken mixed with an axe, and he's got the axe blades his face, and he does, all he does is he just says nothing but lines that are from Robert De Niro. That's it. In a really bad way. Like, it's so bad it'll give you a nosebleed, and then you might actually be knocked unconscious and stay there for a while because it's that bad. Man, what else? It's got one of the worst editing jobs an animated movie that I probably ever saw. What happens is like this. There's a scene with King Arthur and Merlin, and King Arthur goes over to his window and says, he looks over his people. Then Merlin comes up to him and says, well, we have to keep being good faith with those who are trying to find, the sword of Excalibur and bring it back to restore a kingdom in order. And then they just cut. They just cut right from him, and they move on to a scene where the heroes are slashing their way through a forest. Yeah, really, it does. While he's speaking dialogue, they cut while he's in the middle of talking to the next scene. They don't even they don't wait until he stops or anything like that. And yeah, it's a really bad King Arthur story, is what it is. The evil guy wants this Excalibur, and they have to go find it before he does. And I remember too, there was this one scene where they're trying to sneak in. The bad guy and his henchmen are trying to sneak in through the castle, through the kingdom. And they're in this wagon, and there's a guy who's so big, he's hiding underneath the wagon part, and yet, no one sees him. He's like this gigantical black hunch, and no one sees him, hanging on to the bottom of the cart. And I'm like, yeah, the ending's really corny, and you got a two-headed dragon that's not really that funny. And it's really bad. Stay away from it, please. That's all I'm saying. But there are some good things about this, though. Like the songs, for one thing. The songs are really good. If you can find the soundtrack to this, I say go ahead and do. There's this one song called "I Stand Alone," and I actually heard it too when it came on. And it was a really good song. In fact, one of the songs was actually nominated for Best Song of that year of 1998. But that's one of the only good things about it. The other good thing is that the hero of the movie, it's really interesting because you don't really see this in a lot of other movies though, but he is actually blind, and you don't really see that a lot. And I thought, hey, that's interesting. You got a blind hero, but it's a good idea gone to waste in a movie like this. And the King Arthur and Merlin, they're interesting too, but really nothing. It's nothing there. Yeah. Anyway, that's Quest for Camelot. Never see it. And this would be the first on the list of most wanted movies out there. So I had nothing else better to do. So hope you like this new idea, this new concept. And thanks for watching.